The 1980s, a decade of neon lights, high-octane energy, and a dash of unapologetic American bravado. While Europe was busy redefining efficiency, aerodynamics, and ergonomic sophistication, across the Atlantic, the United States was making its own bold statement on wheels. This was a time when bigger was better, louder was prouder, and the open road was a canvas for American ingenuity. From sprawling highways of Texas to the icy roads of Minnesota, truckers weren't just hauling freight, they were commanding machines that combined raw power with a sense of personality. These weren't just trucks. They were rolling statements of strength, style, and innovation. And make no mistake, each one had its own unprecedented swag, like a steel-hulled rodeo champion flexing its muscles before the show even began. The 1980s saw American truck makers push boundaries. Turbocharged engines that sounded like rolling thunderstorms, cabs that were almost as comfortable as a living room, and technologies that hinted at the future of long-haul trucking. Today, we're taking a cross-country journey through 10 U.S. trucks from the 1980s that shook the trucking world to its core. From powerhouses of engines to geniuses of design, these machines weren't just roaming on the road, they were redefining what it meant to be rocking. So let's just ride the history. Number 1. Peterbilt 359, 1981 to 1987. If you think a truck can't have character, the Peterbilt 359 would politely disagree, and then give you a V8 growl that could rattle your teeth. Introduced in 1981, the 359 became the quintessential American long-nose truck, a symbol of style, strength, and the sheer joy of doing things bigger than necessary. Under the hood roared either a Cummins NTC 335 or a Caterpillar 3406 turbo diesel engine with outputs ranging from 350 to 400 horsepower. Torque? Enough to make a small mountain think twice about standing in its way. These weren't just numbers. The engines were engineered for endurance, capable of handling cross-country hauls in the desert heat or Midwest snowstorms without breaking a sweat. But the magic wasn't just in the engine, it was in the cab. The Peterbilt 359 featured an iconic, long, sloping hood and a driver-friendly interior. Comfortable, high-backed seats, a simple yet functional dashboard, and a sleeper that could make a trucker forget the motel down the road. And guess what? This truck treated its operators like royalty. And let's not forget the chrome. Oh, the chrome. Bumpers, stacks, and mirrors, all enough to make your eyes squint in the morning sun. The 359 shocked the world because it wasn't just a workhorse, it was an emotional experience. Drivers took pride in owning them, customizing every detail from paint jobs to air horns. Fleet owners loved its reliability, while competitors were left gawking at Peterbilt's craftsmanship. And here is the interesting part. Some truckers joked that driving a 359 was like sitting on the back of a gentle but immensely strong steel stallion, powerful, loyal, and completely unbothered by minor inconveniences like physics. By the mid-1980s, the Peterbilt 359 wasn't just a truck, it was a legend on wheels, embodying American confidence and style in a way few machines could. Number 2. Kenworth W900A, 1982 to 1988. If the Peterbilt 359 was the cowboy, the Kenworth W900A was the gunslinger, intimidating, sharp, and impossible to ignore. Launched in 1982, this truck redefined long-haul toughness with its distinctive square hood and classic Kenworth grille. Its gigantic power came from the Caterpillar 3406 V8 or the Cummins NTC 400, boasting up to 430 horsepower. But numbers alone don't capture the experience. The W900A offered a symphony of mechanical poetry, from the satisfying clatter of its turbocharger to the low growl that made other trucks feel like mere pushcarts. Drivers reported feeling invincible behind the wheel, with torque that could haul double loads over mountain passes like they were nothing more than gentle inclines. Inside, the cab was ergonomically designed, with comfort in mind. A spacious sleeper, climate control, and seats that reduced fatigue during long hauls. Kenworth engineers focused on reducing vibration and noise, making it possible to enjoy your favorite country tune while cruising at 65 miles per hour without feeling like you'd been in a rodeo. But what truly shocked the trucking world wasn't just the W900A's performance, it was its presence. On the highways of America, it stood out like a general leading his troops, bold, confident, and unapologetically American. Fleet operators loved its reliability and ease of maintenance, while drivers adored the pride of commanding a truck that felt more like a companion than a tool. Some drivers quipped, "Drive a W900A and you don't just haul freight, You give the cows along the road a complex. By the late 80s, the Kenworth W900A had cemented its reputation as a symbol of American trucking excellence, a blend of rugged power, timeless design, and a touch of cowboy swagger that still inspires admiration today. Number 3. Freightliner F. LB 1980 to 1986. While Peterbilt and Kenworth played the elegance and attitude cards, Freightliner's FLB series focused on brains and practicality, proving that American trucks could be tough and efficient without sacrificing comfort. Introduced in 1980, the FLB quickly became a favorite among fleet operators who valued reliability above flash. Power came from the Detroit diesel 8V71 or 12V71 engines, producing up to 400 horsepower. These engines were designed for continuous operation, often hauling heavy loads across the Midwest without major overhauls for hundreds of thousands of miles. Fuel efficiency was considered revolutionary for its time, especially during the energy-conscious early 80s. The FLB's cab was more than just a workplace, it was a haven. Engineers prioritized ergonomic controls, modular storage, and a sleeper that allowed drivers to truly rest on long hauls. The air suspension seats reduced fatigue, while noise-dampening measures made even the longest drives bearable. For fleet managers, the FLB was a money saver, combining low maintenance costs with consistent performance. What shocked the industry wasn't the raw horsepower, it was the FLB's intelligent engineering. This was a truck that quietly outperformed expectations, blending utility, comfort, and innovation. Its durability and predictable handling gave truckers a level of confidence rarely experienced in the era's high-octane trucking environment. And to tell you something even more crazier, drivers fondly nicknamed it the Silent Beast, because unlike some roaring V8s, the FLB let you think while you drove, a rare commodity when most American trucks sounded like rolling thunderstorms. By the mid-1980s, the Freightliner FLB wasn't just hauling cargo, it was hauling the standard for modern, dependable American trucking into the next decade. Number 4. International Harvester. Transtar 2, 1982 to 1986. If you were looking for a truck with personality and practicality, International Harvester's Transtar 2 delivered in spades. Introduced in 1982, the Transtar 2 was designed for versatility, capable of both city deliveries and long-haul highway adventures. Under the hood, truckers could find either a Cummins NTC 350 or an International V8400 engine, offering up to 400 horsepower. But the real genius lay in the drivability. The Transtar 2 delivered its power smoothly, with remarkable torque control for hauling heavy freight without feeling like a bull in a china shop. Inside, the cab combined comfort with function. The driver's environment featured ergonomic controls, noise insulation, and a sleeper designed for real rest rather than a mere perch. Visibility was excellent, and storage options made long hauls more convenient than many competitors. International Harvester emphasized reliability. Mechanics could easily maintain and rebuild components without specialized tools, making the Transtar 2 a favorite in remote regions. What made the Transtar 2 shocking was its blend of versatility and innovation. While others chased raw power or flashy designs, International built a workhorse that didn't compromise on driver experience. It quietly challenged the notion that an American truck had to be flashy to be impressive. And you know that truckers once joked that the Transtar 2 could probably haul a herd of cows, a combine, and still have room for your in-laws, comfortably. By the mid-80s, the Transtar 2 had earned its place as a dependable, intelligent choice for fleets and owner-operators alike, earning respect across America for doing the heavy lifting with class and ease. Number 5. Mack R Model, 1981 to 1988. When you think brute strength, think Mack R Model, a truck that seemed to laugh in the face of physics. Introduced in 1981, the R Model became the go-to for those who needed raw pulling power without compromise. At its core, the R Model featured either a Mack E6 or E7 engine, ranging from 370 to 450 horsepower, paired with a reputation for unstoppable torque. This wasn't a truck that negotiated hills, it devoured them, often leaving competitors panting in its dust. Many operators noted that the R Model could haul maximum loads for days without a hiccup, making it a favorite for long-haul freight across the rugged American landscape. The cab was designed for toughness and driver comfort. While not as luxurious as some Peterbilts or Kenworths, Mack prioritized functionality, excellent visibility, intuitive controls, and a sleeper that allowed genuine rest. The R model became synonymous with durability. Chassis and drivetrain components were massively overbuilt, making maintenance predictable and long-lasting. What shocked the world was its reputation. The R model wasn't just a truck, it was a legend among American drivers. A mechanical beast that could be trusted in any condition. Anecdotes abound of drivers hauling timber in the Appalachian Mountains or steel across Texas plains without ever fearing mechanical failure. And the charisma was such that one driver claimed, if the R model were a cowboy, it'd be the one who wrestles bulls for fun, then drinks coffee like it's a soft drink. Such was its brilliance. And by the late 80s, the Mack R model had cemented itself as a no-nonsense icon of American trucking power. Number 6. White GMC Tractor. In the 1980s, when the highways of America were filled with roaring V8s and chrome-plated behemoths, the white GMC Tractor quietly carved its own legacy. It wasn't always the flashiest rig in the convoy, but this truck had a workman's soul, a dependable, no-nonsense machine built to last. Born from the merger of White Motor Company and GMC, the Tractor blended American ruggedness with thoughtful engineering, creating a truck that truckers could rely on even in the harshest conditions. Under the hood, the white GMC Tractor was powered by a range of robust diesel engines, including Cummins and Detroit diesel options. These engines weren't about style points. They were about pure torque and endurance. The V8 and inline-6 engines produced enough grunt to haul massive freight across the sprawling American landscape, from the icy roads of Minnesota to the sun-baked stretches of Arizona. Drivers often joked that once you climbed into a white/GMC, you could practically haul a small planet, and the engine would just purr along like a satisfied cat. But it wasn't all brute force. The cab design reflected a new level of driver consideration. The interiors were spacious for the era, with ergonomic controls, adjustable seats, and surprisingly good insulation against noise and vibration. Long-haul trucking is a test of patience, and white GMC made sure their drivers could stay alert, comfortable, and sane even after 12-hour stretches on the road. Some models even featured sleeper cabs that rivaled smaller apartments in comfort, a serious perk for owner-operators who spent weeks away from home. For many drivers, it wasn't just a truck, it was a partner, a loyal companion that could handle the rigors of the road without complaint. And in a decade of bold styles and roaring engines, that quiet dependability was its own kind of shock to the trucking world. Number 7. Dodge Tradesman 400. In the bustling world of 1980s, American highways where every rig seemed to roar louder than the last, the Dodge Tradesman 400 made a name for itself by being the dependable workhorse that refused to be ignored. Introduced as Dodge's answer to the growing demand for versatile, heavy-duty trucks, the Tradesman 400 combined rugged performance with practical design, catering to drivers who valued endurance over flash. Its efficient power came from a range of diesel engines, including the legendary Cummins B series and Dodge's own 400 cubic inch inline-6. These engines weren't just about horsepower numbers on paper, they were about real-world torque that could pull freight up steep inclines, through mountain passes, and across long stretches of flat plains without complaint. With output ranging from 210 to 275 horsepower and torque figures that could make a small town tremble, the Tradesman 400 earned a reputation for muscle that never quit. Mechanics and drivers alike admired its straightforward engineering. Fewer frills, more reliability. If you could break it, drivers would joke, you probably shouldn't be on the road anyway. The cab reflected Dodge's focus on driver practicality. Seating was firm yet supportive. Controls were within easy reach, and the dashboard was functional without being cluttered. Long hauls became less of a grind thanks to well-thought-out ergonomics and surprisingly effective insulation for the era. The sleeper cab, while modest, offered enough space to catch quality rest, a critical feature for those who spent weeks navigating endless highways. What truly made the Tradesman 400 stand out was its adaptability. It could serve as a fleet hauler, a construction workhorse, or even a cross-country freight warrior. Its durability became almost legendary. By the end of the 1980s, the Dodge Tradesman 400 had solidified its legacy. It wasn't the flashiest rig on the road, but it was a symbol of dependable American engineering, a truck that could get the job done day in and day out. For drivers and fleets alike, it wasn't just a vehicle. It was a trusted partner on the long, winding roads of the decade, quietly shocking the world with steadfast performance. Number 8. Kenworth W900. When it comes to iconic American trucks, few can rival the Kenworth W900, a machine that became the embodiment of 1980s highway culture. Introduced decades earlier, the W900 hit its stride in the 80s with a blend of brute strength, elegant design, and a reputation that would make even the most seasoned trucker tip their hat. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a statement rolling down the asphalt. At the heart of the W900 was a range of power plants that included the legendary Cummins NTC series and the mighty Detroit Diesel 671. These engines produced upwards of 400 horsepower, coupled with massive torque that allowed the W900 to haul enormous loads across steep inclines and flat plains alike. Drivers often joked that the W900 didn't climb hills, it devoured them, all while maintaining a smooth, confident ride. Its reliability was equally impressive. With proper maintenance, these rigs could log hundreds of thousands of miles without a hiccup, making them a fleet favorite and a driver's dream. The cab was pure Kenworth craftsmanship. Long before luxury truck became a buzzword, the W900 offered a spacious sleeper, adjustable seating, and thoughtfully designed controls that kept fatigue at bay on cross-country runs. By the late 1980s, the Kenworth W900 had solidified itself as a legend. It wasn't just about horsepower or torque. It was about presence, reliability, and the romance of the American road. For drivers, seeing a W900 on the horizon was like spotting a cowboy's silhouette at dusk. Commanding, timeless, and impossible to ignore. The W900 didn't just haul freight, it carried the spirit of an era, shocking the trucking world with its unmatched blend of power and prestige. Number 9. Peterbilt 359. If the Kenworth W900 was the long-nosed king of the highways, the Peterbilt 359 was its equally legendary cousin, a truck that defined American trucking in the 1980s. With a mix of raw power, timeless style, and the unmistakable rumble of a V8 engine. For decades, the 359 had been a symbol of independence and prestige, and during the 80s, it reached its peak influence. Underneath the sleek, elongated hood, the Peterbilt 359 could be powered by a variety of engines, most famously the Cummins NTC series and Detroit Diesel 12V71, producing up to 450 horsepower and mountains of torque. These engines weren't just numbers on a spec sheet, they were beasts with character. Drivers often joked that the 359 didn't just haul freight, it growled, roared, and sometimes whistled at the mountains it climbed. Its robust construction meant that even the harshest cross-country routes couldn't slow it down, and with proper maintenance, these rigs could last for decades, a rare combination of durability and charisma. Inside, Peterbilt knew that a trucker's life demanded comfort. The cab offered a spacious sleeper, ergonomically positioned controls, and suspended seats that cushioned even the bumpiest roads. The instrumentation was clean, functional, and driver-focused. No frills, just everything you needed at your fingertips. What really set the 359 apart, though, was its attention to style. By the end of the 1980s, the Peterbilt 359 wasn't just another truck on the road. It was an icon. It represented everything the decade stood for: power, style, and a bit of showmanship. Seeing a 359 rumble down the interstate was like watching a cowboy ride into town, confident, unmissable, and unforgettable. The 359 didn't just move cargo, it carried the heart and soul of American trucking, leaving a legacy that still resonates with enthusiasts today. Number 10. Freightliner FLBA-FLD. When it comes to American trucks that combine efficiency, toughness, and the unmistakable big rig presence, few can rival the Freightliner FLB and FLD series. Introduced in the late 1970s and dominating the 1980s highways, these trucks weren't flashy showpieces, they were serious machines built for serious work. The kind of rig that made fleets and operators alike tip their hats. Under the hood, the FLB-FLD could be equipped with engines like the Detroit Diesel 8V71 or Cummins NTC 350, delivering up to 400 horsepower with torque figures that could wrestle any trailer uphill. These weren't just raw numbers. These trucks were engineered for endurance. Heavy, Duty transmissions, reinforced frames, and robust suspensions meant the FLB Udder Diavri FLD could haul massive payloads across long distances without breaking a sweat. Drivers often joked that you didn't drive a Freightliner so much as partner with it, a dependable teammate that never let you down. Seeing one thunder-downing efficiency, a highway, was a reminder that true greatness often comes in the form of dependable engineering. The Freightliner FLBF FLD didn't just transport goods, it transported the standards of the industry into a new era, leaving an indelible mark that still influences modern truck design today. The 1980s were more than just a neon-lit decade. They were a proving ground for American truck engineering. These machines weren't just tools for hauling freight. They were rolling monuments to innovation, power, and imagination. Now it's your turns. Which of these 1980s giants do you think had the biggest impact on American trucking? Was it the elegant Peterbilt, the unstoppable Mack, or the intelligent Freightliner? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your stories from the road. If this trip through steel, chrome, and horsepower got your pulse racing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a journey into the machines that built the highways and left an indelible mark on trucking history. After all, the past isn't just history, it's the engine that drives the future.